On this day in 1989, Dariusz Dziekanowski scored 4 goals against Partizan Belgrade, but Celtic still exited Europe on the away goals rule. The deception and defection of Maurice Johnston to Rangers was still casting a pall over Celtic in September 1989, despite the signing of Dariusz Dziekanowski, an extravagantly skillful forward who arrived in Scotland with a reputation as the Polish George Best. He certainly emulated Best in the nightclubs of Glasgow, and through August and September made a highly impressive on-field start, but his form would fall away dramatically as the season progressed. The 1980s had been a decade of underachievement for Celtic in Europe, so expectations were no higher than usual when they were paired with Partizan Belgrade in the first round of the European Cup Winners' Cup. Hopes were raised when summer signing Mike Galloway scored a vital away goal in a 2-1 loss in the away leg in Mostar, where Partizan had been ordered to play by UEFA after crowd trouble the season before. The return on the 27th of September 1989 was an emotional rollercoaster which left fans stunned by the end. Celtic threw away their away goal advantage after just 7 minutes, when Vujicic was allowed to stroll into the box unmarked at a corner and power a header past Bonner. Dziekanowski headed an equaliser on 25 minutes, and at the interval it was 1-1 on the night, but Partizan led 3-2 on aggregate. The second half was mayhem from start to finish, with Dziekanowski on 46 minutes tapping in the rebound after the Partizan keeper saved Peter Grant's shot to put Celtic 2-1 ahead on the night and level the tie 3-3. But 5 minutes later, Derek White was caught in possession trying to dribble out of defence. Suddenly Partizan had 2 attackers through on Bonner and made it 2-2 on the night, and Partizan were 4-3 up on aggregate, with any away goal advantage now theirs. Dziekanowski then grabbed his hat-trick with a first-time shot from Roy Aitken's cross on 56 minutes, which put Celtic 3-2 ahead on the night, but at 4-4 on aggregate, Partizan were still going through. They looked home and dry 4 minutes later as a punt up the park from the Partizan keeper found a forward free wide on the left, and his pass inside beat the offside trap, leaving Durievski free to dance around Bonner and shoot into the empty net. There was half an hour still to play, and it was 3-3 on the night, with Partizan 5-4 ahead on aggregate. Within minutes, it was game on again, as Dziekanowski turned provider, firing a low cross from the right for Andy Walker to stab it home. 25 minutes left, 4-3 for Celtic on the night, but 5-5 on aggregate, and Partizan still going through on away goals. There was then a pause in the scoring for what seemed an interminable 15 minutes as Celtic pushed frantically for the extra goal they needed, and it was sheer bedlam 9 minutes from the end when Mike Galloway made a determined run down the left and crossed for Dziekanowski to score his 4th with a deft flick past the keeper. It was now 5-3 on the night and 6-5 for Celtic on aggregate. It was the first time in the 2 legs that Celtic had led. They only had 9 minutes to shut up shop. Doable, surely. Well, no. Billy McNeill was criticised afterwards for not making any substitutions to run down the clock, and Celtic, incredibly and naively, continued to push for more goals. With 2 minutes left, Partizan attacked down the left, and a deep cross to the back post was knocked back for Sladan Shepovic, father of Stefan, to head goalwards. Paul Elliott was right there on the line, ready to head it clear, when Pat Bonner threw himself at it and only succeeded in taking it away from Elliott's forehead and into the net. 5-4 Celtic on the night, 6-6 on aggregate, and Partizan were through on away goals. After the bedlam of a pulsating, coruscating 90 minutes, 50,000 voices sank into a stunned, despairing silence.